You can be completely worn out, lie down, and still feel like something inside you never actually stopped. The body goes still, but the mind keeps running the same loop it was running an hour ago. Morning comes, and somehow you're still tired, as if whatever most needed rest never got the message that it was allowed to stop. David knew that feeling. And Psalm 23 says something about it that most of us have read straight past for years. The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul. We usually rush past that first line to reach the comforting part, but stay on it for a second because there's something almost strange buried in it. He makes me lie down, not he lets me rest when I finally get around to it. Makes. As if lying down isn't something sheep simply decide to do on their own. Here's why that word is doing real work. Shepherds have long observed that sheep are remarkably difficult to get to lie down. It isn't stubbornness. A sheep won't lie down if it's afraid, if it's in tension with another sheep, if it's bothered by pests, or if it's still hungry. Take away any one of those, and only then does the animal fold its legs beneath it and rest. Any one of them left standing keeps the whole sheep standing too, alert, on its feet, no matter how exhausted it actually is. A sheep that's afraid keeps its eyes on the tree line, waiting for the shape of a predator. A sheep in tension with another sheep is watching its own flock, braced for the next shove. A sheep bothered by insects can't settle because something is landing on it again and again, small and relentless. And a hungry sheep won't lie down because a deeper need hasn't been met yet. Fear, conflict, constant small irritation, unmet need. It takes a shepherd who has personally gone ahead and dealt with every one of those before a sheep will finally lower itself into the grass. I don't think that's an accident of pastoral trivia. I think David is describing something about your own body that you've probably felt and never had language for. You can be utterly exhausted and still not be able to lie down inside yourself. And if you read that little list again, it's uncomfortably familiar. The fear you can't quite name, the relationship that still has an open loop in it, the small daily irritations that never fully stop, the need underneath all of it that hasn't been spoken to, not because you're broken, but because some part of you is still checking the field for danger. Researchers studying the body's stress response have observed something remarkably similar. Before your body will actually shift into rest, some part of it appears to be running a constant, mostly unconscious check for whether the environment is safe enough to allow that shift. Studies suggest this scanning happens well below conscious thought, faster than you could ever reason your way through it, which means you can tell yourself all day that everything is fine and still find your shoulders up around your ears, your jaw tight, your mind unable to land anywhere for more than a few seconds. Your body isn't responding only to what you're consciously telling yourself. It's responding to whether it's actually safe to put its guard down. That's why willpower has never been able to produce rest. You cannot simply decide your way into it any more than a frightened sheep can decide its way into lying down in a field it doesn't trust. Something has to change in the relationship between the sheep and the shepherd first. The sheep doesn't calculate the odds and conclude it's safe. It rests because the one it trusts is present and has already handled what it couldn't. And that's exactly the order this psalm gives you. He makes me lie down in green pastures before the rest. He leads me beside quiet waters before the rest. Notice it isn't rushing water, the kind that unsettles an already nervous animal, but quiet water, stilled enough to drink from without fear. It's the shepherd's presence and provision that comes first, every time. And the lying down follows it, not the other way around. David isn't telling you to try harder to relax. He's telling you who has to go ahead of you first. Here's the part of Psalm 23 I completely missed for years. Look at the next words. He refreshes my soul. In the Hebrew, that word for refreshes carries the sense of a return, a bringing back to a former state, restoring something to where it was always meant to be. It isn't adding something new to you. It's returning something in you that got pulled out of place. Picture the difference. One is a stranger handing you something you never had. The other is someone bringing home a part of you that had wandered off and setting it back where it belongs. That second picture is the one David reaches for. And the word for soul, there isn't just some spiritual sliver of you tucked away somewhere. It's closer to your whole living self, the entire breathing person, mind and body together. So the promise isn't a technique for calming your thoughts while your body stays braced underneath them. It's the whole of you being brought back. The part that thinks and the part that clenches. The part that prays and the part that lies awake. All of it restored together. That matters because sometimes what we experience as anxiety or restlessness isn't really a thinking problem you can out-argue. Sometimes it's a system that hasn't yet been convinced it's safe to stop bracing. And bracing isn't a moral failure. It's closer to what that shepherd already knew about his sheep. You don't shame a sheep for staying on its feet. You look at what's keeping it there and you tend to that instead. So if you've been lying down every night without ever actually landing, I don't think the answer is trying harder to relax. I don't think it's gritting your teeth and ordering yourself to be calm. I think it's closer to what David already showed us. David never tells the sheep to become braver. He points them to the shepherd. That's where rest begins. The Lord is my shepherd. I lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul. Psalm 23, 1-3. If this spoke to you, tell me in the comments, what's the one thing keeping you on your feet? Like this video if it changed how you think about rest, and subscribe if you want biblical truth explained through how your brain actually works. I'll see you in the next one.